Hi, my name is Rex, and I want to talk to you today about switching to profitable driving. And I'm going to tell you my story of how I made the switch from the rideshare environment to being a professional transportation business and having a great business that's making a lot of money. So, a little bit about me, not that I'm important, but so you understand my perspective. I didn't just fall off the wagon yesterday. I drove for Uber and Lyft for 6 months, a little over that. I have a college education and I'm an entrepreneur. I have 30 years plus in the IT industry, so I know computers and systems and new technologies. I'm an app developer, so I understand all of the aspects of good apps and tools that are needed to create convenience. And just a little bit about me, why I'm out there doing this is I'm bootstrapping my software company, and I've got five kids, and three of them are in college. So the need to continue on with my income was really important to me, and that's why I was driving Uber and Lyft. And then one day I pulled up behind a taxi and saw drivers needed and a phone number, so I decided to investigate, and man, am I happy I did. So let's talk about this for a minute. Why do we drive? Well, it's about the money. I mean, let's boil it down. It's about the money. But mostly, not just because it's about the money, it's the flexibility of when can you work. You're an entrepreneur. You can work your own hours. So drive when you want, do other things when necessary. So that's why we drive. It's a straightforward job. It's easy to do. It doesn't take tons of skills. You know, if you're a good people person and you're copious about your driving, it's a great business. So when we look at this entire industry, rideshare transportation, there's several aspects to consider. You know, the business model, the money, what can you really make, building your own business, the stability of the company and partner that you partner with, the culture, you know, are they supporting drivers or not? And then just the driver solutions, basically things that the drivers have at their disposal for their customers that make it a good solution or not. So first of all, the business model, just like Uber and Lyft and the rideshare industry, you're an independent business owner. You and the culture at Metro Transportation Yellow is really all about helping you build your business. And you are set up to be a certified affiliate partner. So you're affiliated with the brand, but you still have your independence to work and do your own. So the business model was the same when I looked at them. The next thing really important is money. And the way this works with a cab company is you lease your vehicle from the cab company on a daily basis. So there's a particular rate that you negotiate with the cab company. This lease includes everything except for gas. So all the proper insurance, and this is becoming a big challenge in the industry. People have the wrong type of insurance and they're out driving rideshare and they get in trouble. All the maintenance and repairs, it's fantastic. You got an issue, drop it into the shop, they take care of it, they inspect it once a week. It's a great program. You have a good, clean, certified, well-running vehicle. And then the dispatch system and the apps. So you benefit, just like any other company out there, ride shares, the marketing that goes on to help bring customers in. But there's a key difference here is calls. People can actually call the cab company where you can't do that with Uber or Lyft. And realistically, you're going to make about $1,500 a week or more. And I mean realistically. Now, Uber and Lyft talk about that all the time, but when their average percentage that they take on fares is around 35%, you really start to take a look at the money that you lose on their percentage, plus the maintenance and wear and tear in your car. Most Lyft and Uber drivers are making $15 to $20 an hour, and that's really not worth it. So once your daily lease is met, 100% of the fares are yours compared to the rideshare companies. And that's one of the huge benefits. And it only takes about 4 or 5 rides to meet your daily lease, and then you pocket all the money, including all the cash. And my experience has been after driving Uber and Lyft and driving for the Metro taxi is that I'm making a little over double what I made for when I was with Uber and Lyft. And let's face it, you know, neat apps or not, the reason you're out there doing this is to make money. So if there's a way to make twice as much money, the same amount of effort, you'd be nuts not to do it. Another aspect is being able to build your own business. You are an independent business owner with the taxi and cab model, just like Lyft and Uber. But one key difference is you get to build your own client base. These are called personals. And you can't do this with rideshare companies. So if a rider likes you and they really want you back, they can't ever get you back. It's the luck of the draw of whoever is assigned by the app. And this is one of the things that drew me because I like people and people like me. And so it was great. They would say, hey, can you drive my kids to school? Can you drive me to work? I couldn't do that on Uber and Lyft, but I can do that. And in fact, I'm on to a point when I drive, almost 50% of my fares come from my own personal clients that I have set up relationships with. And those clients can call me directly. They do not need to go through the dispatch system or apps. So it's really a convenience for the client. They know and can trust a driver, and they can get them at any time, and they have all the resources at their disposal. The culture, this was important to me. If you look at what's going on in the high tech world with Uber, Lyft, and other rideshare companies, they're working their tails off to create driverless cars. And if they could, they would get rid of all their drivers tomorrow. They are spending billions of dollars to develop these self-driving cars. So what does that say about your culture? What does that say about your business partner? Are they really fostering something where they are dedicated and care to your success? I don't think so. In the cab and taxi industry, the drivers are critical. Uh, they're helping building better tools, and they're helping their drivers get better training. And it's a situation where the driver is key because the human interaction and the need for that will never go away. A self-driving car can't give you recommendations on a place to eat or tell you about a place to get in out of the weather while you're waiting for this or that. So the cultures are completely different. And I found that driving with Uber, they were horrible at dealing with driver issues and needs and concerns. It was as if we were an afterthought. So the culture was really important to me. Another one that I took a look at and was important was stability. None, and I mean none, of the rideshare companies have ever, I mean ever, turned a profit. Uber has lost over $19 billion so far, 18 rounds of venture capital. Eventually, the capital people are going to wake up and say, enough's enough. How are you going to recover $20 billion, $30 billion in debt? It's a hard mountain to climb. Fortune magazine just recently came out and has basically turned sour on the model and predicts a really shaky future that both Uber and Lyft may not be able to survive because they are not profitable. And you can't run a company without profitability. That's just business 101. And the cab and taxi industry has been around for over 120 years. And they're not funded by venture capital. Either they're profitable or they're out. So the stability was important to me because I'm looking at this as a long-term play. Where can I make some money and who's going to be there? High-tech companies come and go. If you look at companies like Storage Tech, Sun Microsystems, all kinds of Novell, WordPerfect, all kinds of companies that you thought would be here forever, had revenues in the billions, are gone. So I'm looking at an industry where I prefer to partner with companies that are decades or if not centuries old. Now let's talk about the driver solutions, and this is important. A couple of aspects that I throw this out. You can cash. This is huge. There are tons of people who don't have cards, or their card's not working, or the card was stolen, whatever. You can accept all forms of payment, and that's big. Now, in that, because you're accepting cash, it's just like being in the restaurant business as a bartender or waiter, and you know the benefits of that and reporting. So I'm not going to tell you what to do with your cash, but it's huge for me when I look at my net keep. Company provided autos. This is huge. I'm not running my car into the ground. I'm not worried about leaving something in the back seat and a driver finds it. I'm not having somebody throw up in my personal car, which has happened on me. So the company provided automobiles with the branding on them is huge, and it makes my profitability go way up. Another aspect is that the autos are inspected weekly. When a certified affiliate partner shows up to pick up a client, they can rest assured that they have a clean and safe vehicle. Each week the vehicles are inspected, and that's important. And the public's going to learn that because when was the last time anybody on Uber or Lyft inspected a vehicle after the initial inspection? All the B2B businesses, and this was important to me, the cab and taxi companies have contracts with commercials and government entities that provide consistent flow of business. So contracts with RTD and Medicaid and tons of companies and other government entities, court systems and that, where this is consistent flow of business that you're not based on whatever the moment of the day is for holidays or cold weather, warm weather, seasonality. Nope, that B2B business is there and it flows all the time. So that's important. And then again, touching on personal clients, I've been able to build a large portfolio of people who call me directly on a regular basis, and I keep a calendar in my system each day to take care of that. Um, with the wheelchair fleets, that's important. We can, with the taxi and cab models, we actually have better solutions for people to be able to use wheelchair accessible vehicles. And you get professional training with this. What's exciting for Metro and Yellow is they have the best, and I can tell you they are the best driver tools available in the industry. So it's more than just a log of your transactions. It has reporting that allows you to see how much money you're making per hour, what your expenses are, what your net profit are. So everything you need in the world of being a professional driver, it's at your hands. It's in an app that's provided you as part of that lease. So they have the best tools in the world for you as a driver and a professional transportation company owner to make money and analyze what you're doing, because it's not just about driving a car, it's about how much money can you make and being smart about it. So in summary, I took a look at this because I'm kind of a, geeky kind of guy a little bit. I looked at 16 different aspects and it all adds up. You can see the yeses in the right-hand column and all those no's or maybes or they don't have or very few years in business. And the choice was clear. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to be able to understand that if you have a rideshare business today, that this is just certainly a better model. So I would recommend that if you're interested in this and need the details, to please get in touch with the Business Opportunity Recruiting Department. They will be there to answer your questions, interview you, help you understand the business model. And if you were someone referred you to this video, excuse me, can't talk today. If someone referred you, please reach out and tell the business opportunity recruiter who referred you so they can get the referral bonus. So I will tell you this, as a former Uber and Lyft driver and still qualified for those companies, hands down, there is a difference. Just because you have a nifty app doesn't make you a transportation company. Metro Transportation Planning Solutions Groups has an entire portfolio, a better culture, better tools, and most of all, you can make more money. So if you have any questions, look me up if you are in the office. I'd be happy to share my stories and testimonies and understanding the experiences I had with working with the rideshare companies and Metro Transportation. Thanks, and make it a great day. Now go make some money.